So we can get started. We can have like general conversation just to get started, get a little warmed up. Everybody happy? Everybody okay? Are we all okay today, people? Huh? Huh? Are we okay? I'm really just like up there. How you guys? Hey. Um. First off, hi there. Jay, welcome aboard. How was your day so far?
Wait, what?
How's your day been so far?
Oh, I'm sorry, I kind of zoned out extra hard. My day's been going good. How's your day been going, Curdy?
I've been editing videos all day.
All day?
I I may have taken a wank break about partway through, but yes, for the most part.
Nice. I've been doing similar ventures, but not editing video.
So just the way.
Past 10 hours just
All day.
Wow.
all day every day.
Oh, all day?
Yep, all day. All day every day.
Okay.
Okay. So let's let's get started right off the bat with
Moving
this.
on then.
Yes, moving on. Hi everybody, welcome to the Talk Nerdy podcast. My name is Curdy Boy. As always, we have my wonderful co-host TK, otherwise known as you pronounce it because you can pronounce your name really, really well.
Oh god. Tentaku-queen.
And
It's
we
just
have-
tentacle queen in Japanese.
And then we have our ever wonder. I'm gonna stick some tentacles in like the background of your picture now. And of course we have our wonderful guest today, Jay. Does Jay, do you have a scream name yet? Scream name, a name that you scream.
No, I don't yet. I should be getting one.
Okay,
I'm just gonna be doing creative stuff when I do stream.
that's fine. So, I just learned something interesting about TK's past today. This is gonna be what we're talking. Our opening talking points.
Oh no. Oh no.
Does he know about it yet?
I don't think so.
So, it's I'm gonna post a link that you guys really into the chat, and you guys can do with what you will. I'm also gonna put it in the Discord.
What link? What link?
It's to an article.
Oh, did you actually find an article from it?
Yes, I did.
I told you.
I did not believe it. I did not, but back in 2012, Rachel and a few other people out there decided to turn the Subway's Facebook page into an anime porn site. I never thought it would wheel.
Oh my gosh, it's like that one face. It's like the anime face with the guy doing
Ahegos?
the, like closed eyes thing.
Yeah, it's Ahegos. Oh.
Oh my lord.
So
This is like similar to hacking a front page of a website almost.
Oh.
So, do you want to know? But here's the outcome of this, and this is why you should never do what I did. I've been banned from Facebook on pages for 6 years, and today they told me I'm banned indefinitely.
I have no idea. I have had no idea that this was a possibility. Okay, first off, the fact of the matter that you're turning sandwiches into or porn into sandwiches is hilarious, mind you. The other part of it, it's this funny thing where you're like, yeah, you know it's gonna be a great time of my life, photoshopping sandwiches onto penises.
I was like 17. It was like the highlight. Was it in 2012 or was it in 2011?
2012 is when the article I read.
Okay, it was 2012.
August 2012.
I guess it was. So I guess I was actually like I might have been 18. But either way, it was like 6 years ago, and less than 6 years ago, and like yeah. No, I was probably 17 because my birthday's so late in the year. Yeah, I was 17. So, you know, here's the funniest part about this story. I got a job at Subway 2 years later. That was my first job.
Wow.
Oh my gosh, I just picture like the irony of that. It's so beautiful.
when I got a job at Subway, I showed one of my coworkers while we were like filling out while we were taking a test for Subway because they wanted us to like do this questionnaire thing. I was like, hey, look at this. And I pulled up my Facebook on the computer and I was like, 2 years ago, I made this. Now I'm working at Subway.
Well,
Shit.
maybe you like the sandwiches. Extra mayo on that sandwich.
I love my artistic ability in that Boku no Pico thing because even though it was shitty, the sandwich was perfectly lined up to so it looked like it was dripping mayo. And the fact that I did that at 17 years old makes me so proud.
I like that you put cookies on the nipple.
Yeah, I think I was the only one that did that.
So, just all in all, I don't know if it's 100% true. I haven't seen it yet on the stream, but I think I may have put it into our meme roulette.
Well then, at some point you may see my beautiful creation from 6 years ago. I'm
blown away by the, like, here's the thing. I knew something like this must have happened. I did not, like, okay, here's the thing. There's part of my brain that's like, yes, this should have happened eventually, but, like, I didn't think that it had happened yet. I thought it was just like, oh, you know, random people. No, this is so big that it had its own news stories and shit.
Yeah, no, it was a huge deal when it happened. This page, like, fucking took over Subway's page with porn. It was horrible.
Did you ever do anything like that, Jay?
No, I one time saw somebody who was, okay, I guess I was just scrolling around Reddit, and somebody was like, quick, take a look at feminism.org! And so I, like, clicked the link, and I went to feminism, and somebody had hacked the front page of the website, and feminism.org, legitimately, was like, it had horse dicks, and they were falling from the top of the screen downwards, and they were spinning, and there were lots of them. It was like a snow effect, but with dicks.
Oh my god.
Like, that was terrible, right? But I just had to kind of appreciate the effort, the level of effort that went into that. Like, how the fuck did they actually pull that shit off?
My favorite part about that whole thing is you guys are like, yeah, we had these interesting like things. Like, the worst thing, I think the worst thing that's ever happened when I was online was, yeah, I don't really have anything really interesting. I think the worst that ever happened when I was online was, I ran into somebody I used to go to high school with on a adult Facebook, and it was just really interesting. Like, I guess the weirdest thing that's ever happened was, so protect the innocent. I'm not gonna give names or anything. I'm not even naming the site. So it's an adult site. That's a lot like Facebook. It's basically said it's the adult Facebook. And there was somebody, and it was just like, I was following around with it. Mostly did because I wanted to see, like, whatever, random people and everything. And,
Is that like those advertisements that's like the Facebook of sex? Because I've never clicked that, but I've always seen it, and I've just been like, oh, that doesn't exist. Fuck that shit.
No, it exists. It exists.
Oh, God.
It exists, and there are a lot of people on there. But here's the thing, it's not like one of those clickbait links. I found it from a friend. I'll send you a link later, Jay. to it. Let's put it this way. So I was sitting there one day, and I get a message on that thing. I'm like, oh, who's this? And she's like, I know you. And I'm like, who can this be? I was like sitting here, I'm like terrified. I'm like, and then she's like, I know you because I know you from high school. And she's like, I'm like, who are you? And she like named her name. And I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense. So you're on here. We had like an interesting conversation about how I've been like corrupted and stuff. I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty much corrupted. Cause I was a good kid in high school. I was a good boy. I don't think I ever really got in trouble. I got attacked by wild animals. That was the most that happened to me. But yeah, like the only time I came home smelling of beer is when like we used to do like community service work and clean up after the like the baseball
That doesn't
games.
count.
Yeah, clean up. It's community service basically, and that was my high school life. Like the most we do is we come up from like a sugar high from like drinking Slurpees on the way home.
Yeah,
That
and
was
while we were
it.
supposed to be cleaning up those beers, I was secretly chugging like 3 or 4 I brought from home.
Oh my god.
I didn't drink for the first time until I was 18, and it was like this grape vodka. It was disgusting. It tasted like cough syrup. Um,
You had purple drink. That was happened. You had purple drink.
purple drink.
Yeah.
Oh
And-
lord.
And yeah, I mean, like when I was in high school, I was extremely innocent. Like I might have posted Subway porn, but I was still very innocent.
I love the fact where like I was super innocent. We have valuable photographic proof to show that you didn't.
But I was like,
You
and
had
I was straight edge. I was straight edge. I didn't have sex with anybody. I didn't go out and party. I didn't like do anything except for like watch a bunch of Korean dramas and anime at home, like, and hang out with my friends and go watch anime with them. Like I didn't really do much.
I'm super of the opinion that I don't know. I'm just like super of the opinion where it's like when people are like I was straight edge, I was good as a kid. I'm like I pretty much have that shit on lockdown when it comes down to it.
Well, okay, as an adult, I'm not as good, but like,
no, what I'm saying, I'm not even talking about like as an adult, but as a teenager, I was straight edge.
I was straight edge. I didn't have my first drink until the end of high school.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm not even trying to say that. Like what I'm saying is like I was straight edge to like a stupid degree that most people are straight edge. Like most people are like,
Its
oh, I was
power
straight
level
edge.
is
I didn't do
over
anything.
9,000.
Exactly. It was like that. I learned that I can so Rachel, for
Yeah.
Christmas, I got those speakers that light up and have the water effects.
oh, I almost got those as a Hello Kitty version.
And I can turn them on just by putting my thumb on like the jack on it. It's so funny.
Nice.
Don't those like kind of work if you talk loud enough, or if you clap your hands super loud?
Ah!
Ow.
Did it do it?
No, it only works if like you're touching the thing.
Rest in peace,
Oh.
headphone users.
Oh my gosh, this reminds me of a thing that I like. Okay, this is not the best story, but I would join Left 4 Dead games, and there was this thing called Half-Life DJ, and I would play like funny songs like Tori Amos or Bjork or like that Making My Way Downtown song, and I would either rush to the very end of the map or just like kill my own team, and it would always be obnoxiously loud and low quality, so it'd be like
So it's called I think 1,000 Miles by Vanessa
Yeah.
Carlton.
Yeah.
yeah.
So
I'm glad you both know what that song is. I'm sure like everybody who is watching this knows that exact song.
because she like kills like five. Yeah.
Walking fast.
So it's his past
Since
and I'm
past and I'm
homebound.
homebound.
Oh, another favorite would be playing Sixpence None the Richer Kiss Me, because it would just make no sense. People would just be confused by it.
Running
You told-
around at the speed of sound.
That's Sonic.
Yeah. Well. Okay.
Kiss me.
Under the Milky Way light, kiss me.
Kiss me. So kiss me.
And the trumpets they go.
Newt, newt.
Oh,
Oh gosh, this is just devolving into noise.
we have for the past 3 days. We have been recording upwards of 3 hours a night. We are pretty much fried right now, guys.
I'm so burnt out. I almost didn't do this
Aw.
podcast, to be honest.
Oh, I was on the opinion like, you know what? I'll just take a stream and I'll like upload that and I'll be fine. So I'm like, no, I'm gonna do this.
11 videos.
11. Yeah, guys.
11 fucking videos.
There is a new show that's going to be
you
coming
don't know
onto
that yet.
this.
You're spoiling it.
No, 13. If you count the other video that we did.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, 13 videos.
I guess this is the best time to announce, guys. We have a new video series coming to the channel in February. It starts February 15th, and it's actually really fun. I like it.
Well, we completed the entire thing besides Alpha, and for that, I am proud.
Yes. So, yes, if you guys like anime titties, you'll be slightly disappointed, but maybe happy about being able to join in and have fun with me and Rachel's perfect friendship.
Our friendship is ridiculous.
Oh,
The fact that I call you randomly for like the most random things, like I was like, I'm craving ravioli. We should get ravioli, and then like somehow it turned out I'm getting manicotti.
very interesting conversation and an interesting character log there. Yes.
That was today, and then we got into like a serious conversation, and I started with ravioli.
Ravioli, give me the formioli.
I was thinking that.
Yes.
I was actually thinking that. Thank you for speaking my mind.
We need to have a competition one of these days when we're a little less burnt out, where you have an entire conversation with somebody using just SpongeBob quotes.
What's in the pocket, Oli?
So for those of you who don't know, okay, so we're getting into our sponsors, guys. 1 second, I got an announcement to make. Okay, so this video is brought to you by Fleshlight. Fleshlight, go fuck yourself. We are actually not sponsored by Fleshlight. I just wanted to make that stupid joke.
Well, I like how it got kind of like quiet afterwards, and I like kind of chuckled, but like I was kind of like,
it's a funny fucking joke, and I said it from Gussarola, so
I want manicotti.
All right. So I was reading an article. This is something I want to talk about, guys. So I was reading an article today, and it is. So they're going over that we are in the 5th generation of YouTubers now, alright? With the 6th prepped and ready to go. And what they're saying is the 6th will be the most annoying kind of YouTubers. One person said, there'll be nothing but people begging for money going forward. I'm like, that's been YouTube for like the past fucking 5 years. Give me money, give me money, give me money. Like,
I have to listen to a song.
Oh, okay.
Paper planes, money.
Jay, well, yeah. Jay, what's your opinion on that?
I think that YouTube has basically always been that. People have just like thought of complex ways to be like, oh, here's a cool video, and then at the very end they're like, and like and subscribe.
I think well, here's the thing. There's a huge difference between like, hey, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'm turning my fan off because I know that people do that. So I know there's like a huge difference between asking somebody to like, comment, and subscribe, and actually being like, go support me on Patreon so I can continue doing this for a living. Like,
are we gonna get a Patreon? I'll sing on Patreon. Making my way through the crowd.
So apparently asking people to like and subscribe to your videos like has a direct connection to like when people will. Like there's a lot of people who as soon as they hear that they're like, oh yeah, I will. So
yeah, like
don't
it's not
cheap.
something you're constantly thinking about. Like, oh man, this is a really cool content creator. How can I support them? Like, comment, subscribe. I will, content creator. That's a free action that I'll totally do. But like, as far as like the next generation YouTuber, I think they're wrong in that sense because the consumer is so aware of it. I don't believe it's going to be coming down to people who are like, give me money, give me money, give me money. I think it's gonna come down to content creators who
What
are.
about the Paul brothers, though? I mean, that's like all they do.
The Paul brothers are part of the 5th generation of YouTuber, though.
They're like, buy my
Oh.
merch, buy my merch. That's like all they
Exactly.
Don't
fucking
they
say.
have like 2 or 3 songs that are literally just about buying the merch?
Yes.
It's literally so. That's literally what I think they meant. What I think
Can't
what
you
they're saying.
buy the song about buying merch? Like, how
Yeah,
much
you can
more
buy
do
it
they
on
want you to support them?
Until you don't have any money left in your wallet. Until you get
Well-
to a financial situation where you feel like the only way out is suicide, then they can make a video
Okay.
about it.
So here's the thing. It's not your money. It's your parents' money because you're like a 10-year-old kid and you're watching Logan Paul and Jake Paul and you're like, if you love me, parents, you're going to buy me this merch.
Oh, I just burned myself
And if
for it.
you don't, I'm just gonna steal the credit card because being 10. I remember hearing that shit happening so often to like Steam and other MMOs, and I'm just sitting here being like a good boy and like mowed the lawn for $10 or whatever for a video game. Like, what kind of kid is like, oh, I'm just gonna steal my parents' credit card? They won't know.
So I was sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead.
I was a manipulative piece of shit. So
Were?
shut up. So, especially like 15 onward, it was really bad because I had gotten away from my abusive stepfather, and my mom had finally realized that my stepfather was abusive because the abuse had turned to her. So I manipulated her by going, "It's your fault that I was abused for 9 years. Buy me a Nintendo DS. Buy me the new Kingdom Hearts."
Yep.
Jeez.
Oh yeah. I had that happen actually at my work. A kid wanted to get a well, so I'm not gonna open the stage just because of legal reasons, but I can't really talk about what I work at. I work in a call center. And I don't want to talk about where like what I work with, but essentially we sell a product, and the kid wanted the product. It was obviously a teenager because it's his thing and everything, and we have his age right there. He's 16, and he's giving somebody else's credit card. Here's the thing: they're like, "Oh yeah, if that turns out to be that way with somebody else's credit card, don't worry about it. As long as they confirm that that's their membership." Essentially, then it just becomes the bank's problem at that point. Anyway, essentially, what ended up happening is this kid calls up and he's like, "Hey, I want to make sure my membership is good." Well, it looks like it was canceled out. Okay, can I reactivate it? I'm like, "Oh, sure. We just need to put a credit card on file. That's probably fine." Blah 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 blah. I'm like, "Okay." It's like 1 second, and I hear the rustling. I hear the door. You can hear it in his voice and everything. He gives another woman's name with the same last name, and everything goes through. And I'm like, "Oh, it looks like that we can't take that card just because there aren't any funds." And it's like, "Okay," and hangs up. I'm like, "Dude, you're trying to steal from your parents."
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, no, it's like it was obvious.
Well, at least the kid wasn't as bad as me because I feel bad for manipulating my mom. Like, I used anything I could to make her feel bad to buy me shit. Like, that's why my hair was always dyed in high school. My mom would like shell out $150 to $200 for me to dye my hair purple.
Well, we know from this story that your mom loves you.
My mom does love me very much. She's a very loving woman. I love my mom.
Your mother
Smiley
is
face.
a nice woman.
She's a very kind woman. Her boyfriend messaged me the other day and was like, "You're so lucky to have her as a mom."
Is he going for the mother-daughter
That's
combo?
kinda weird.
I don't know. It's the guy that hit on me too. So like hit on me before he dated my mom. So like who knows? Yeah, he messaged me the other day and he's like, she's such a kind person and she's such a like sweet person and stuff. You're so lucky to have her as a mother. And I'm like, "Oh yeah, I guess so. Thanks." Like how the fuck do you reply to that?
Well, the restraining order, by the way.
Yeah, no. Well, if I got a restraining order, then I couldn't see my mother.
Good point. I'm just Here's the thing. I'm of the opinion that yeah, I don't know. I'm just of the opinion that I was like a good kid all through high school, and then like come adulthood, I'm just like, yeah.
I was a piece of shit. I'm a piece of shit now. I was a piece of shit then. I'm a piece of shit now. I'm trash.
I think
Oh.
I think the difference now is that I just don't.
I'm trash with feelings though.
Yeah.
Before I
Calling
was.
yourself trash, then, Miss Feelings.
I'm of more of the opinion that like I just don't. It's not that I don't care anymore. It's more like I would rather I don't know. I'm more of the opinion that I don't want to that I have less of a desire to be something I'm not. Live up to an expectation that I don't want to live up to.
Yeah.
It's okay to be who you're not really trying to be. Just like
No.
be yourself. I think Kurt Cobain is the person who says like trying to be someone else is a waste of the person you are.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think
It's a
that's
good
Kurt
quote,
Cobain.
and I like saying the quote before saying who it's from because people are like, "Oh, that must be from someone really smart," and then I say it's from Kurt Cobain, and they're like, "Oh gosh, dang it."
See, I actually I really like Kurt Cobain. I know he like killed himself, but he wasn't like a stupid person. He just like made some mistakes. And who knows, there's the whole debate if he even killed himself, but we're not going to go into that. But
Well,
yeah.
Well, like here's my thing. Kurt Cobain had an idea in his head of what he wanted, and he did not want what comes after stardom. Like if you look at stardom, you either drive yourself into the ground and become obscure as fuck, or you get destroyed. You know, I mean, look at YouTubers. All right, this is a very very localized group, so this is probably the easiest way of describing it. So, if you look at YouTubers, like let's go big three gamers. All right, PewDiePie, PewDiePie, Jacksepticeye, and Markiplier.
Yeah.
All right. Skeptical Eye.
Skepticeye. Skepticeye.
Sorry, I had to.
No, it's fine. But yeah, if you look at
Hey, by the way, I still have been like holding on to this thought that I wanted to tell you that you're not trash and that you're awesome because you're a cool friend.
Thanks. Sorry, I just feel like trash.
Yep. Well, you're not, so don't feel like that.
Okay.
He's right, Rachel. You're not.
Aw, thank you.
Try. People can change.
Yeah, Rachel, you're not trash. You're recycling.
Oh.
You have a purpose.
Better purpose. Captain Planet would approve.
Captain Planet. Anyway,
oh my god, I saw this really funny meme that was like heroin, garbage, washed up junk from the shore. With your powers combined, I am what was it? It was Kurt Cobain's wife. I can't remember her name.
Oh, Courtney Love.
Yeah, or something. I think it might have been Family Guy or just like a meme.
I think I just burned off.
It was so much funnier in picture form. I feel like I always ruin things when I try to explain them.
I gotta find it. If I find it, I'll send it to Jeremy and he can to Curdy Boy and he can put it in the memes. Let me see if I can find it. What was it? Heroin trash? Heroin trash and what else?
I think it was basically just like I think it's like with your powers combined meme.
Yeah. But yeah, like, but you know, back to what I was saying. There was like a guy. Okay, so how can I put this back there? So so Kurt Cobain, like, there's that old like saying from him where he was like talking to his teacher and it's like, "What do you want to do for a living?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna get big and then I'm gonna kill myself." Like, he understood that fame is so fleeting that it's impossible to do. I think that's the problem. And I think that's the big thing that's gonna happen with like the next generation of YouTubers. And this is my thought. All right, the next generation of YouTubers are going to be people who look at what happened with other YouTubers, and they're gonna be split into two camps. There's the get rich or die vlogging, people who are like numbers mean everything. and they're going to burn out, and they're gonna be like a dime a dozen. All right, and then you're gonna have the passionate YouTubers who are like, this is something I will succeed at. And I think our generation is going to be basically just defined by the idea of passion. You know, I mean, look at Jacksepticeye. He is still around. He's still a relevant gamer, and he's not looking to other avenues to define himself. Like, if you look at his channel, he is still doing gaming videos, and that's insane for a gamer. Look at PewDiePie and Markiplier. They're doing so many other videos out there than just gaming.
Look at Machinima. They're still shitting out content all the time.
There's a difference between Machinima and Jacksepticeye, though.
I know, I'm joking. That was just like as a contrast.
I think there are going to be Machinimas, though. There are going to be businesses that rise from this, of passionate people who are going to do this to dominate the industry. I believe that we're going to be seeing the first long-lasting generation of YouTubers, besides like the second generation of YouTubers.
I've always kind of wished that there would be a different platform other than YouTube, and it just never really happened. Like Vimeo or whatever just is so obscure and nobody uses it.
Well, you have Facebook now. Again, it doesn't have the virality of YouTube, and then you have Twitter, which again doesn't have the same virality of YouTube, and then finally you have Twitch, which is close, but again, problem is virality. YouTube has not so much of a monopoly on the content, but rather on the source of where you're going to go to consume it, like just in general. So I don't believe that we're going to be limited, that a YouTuber is going to be limited by one form of social media. I believe it's going to go to every single one of them, and it's going to eventually have it. But I believe the main aspect of them is that there's going to be passion behind what they do. Because we've had at least 2 to 3 generations of people who are fake as fuck. I'm sorry. The 3rd, 4th, and definitely the 5th generation of YouTubers are fake. Like, looking back, like, the 5th generation of YouTubers are like all the old Vine stars and everything that just turned famous that way. You know?
Mm-hmm.
People from other apps coming into the YouTube space because, hey, it's easy and it's sustainable. And what do? Buy my merch, buy my merch, buy my merch. You know?
Well, it depends on the YouTuber. Like, some of the YouTubers, they do, like, at the end of their videos or something, they're like, hey, I have merch, but, like, they don't shove it in your face like Logan Paul and Jake Paul. Like, I've seen some of the Viners.
I'm not saying, but here's the thing. The difference between it is that who are the ones that succeeded? Who were the most successful Viners that came to YouTube?
Well, what about Liza Koshy? She was a Viner. And then you've got Gabby Hanna. She was a Viner.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Who's a household name?
I don't know. Liza Koshy was pretty big. She's won awards and, like, stuff like that. Like, she's gotten pretty big on YouTube.
I guess it comes down to what is defined as success. Like, I believe that Liza Koshy and Gabby are still going to be around for a long time. I'm not going to lie. They're probably a sustainable form of YouTuber. But, unlike... Okay, so... You guys know how the generations break down of YouTube, right?
Kind of.
Goes back to what you were saying with, like, the people burn out quick. Like, it's either 5 seconds of extreme fame or just, like, a couple of, like, niche fan bases here and there for their audience.
Yeah, and then you got a well, then you like you said, like, you have these very small people, like okay, so again, going back to the YouTubers in general, like the first generation were the viral videos that the channels never took off. All right, the Sneezing Panda, the My guy. All right, leave Britney alone.
Well, you've got one channel that did start, like, way back, was Smosh, and they like started right when YouTube started, and they're still like pretty big.
Smosh is second generation.
How is Smosh second generation? I thought they're like Pokemon video, and they're like videos like that were on like when YouTube first came out.
The first generation of YouTubers are were like months to a year old. Smosh legitimately starts like right at the beginning of the second generation. They're the definitive second generation. Smosh, Red and Link, you know, the old schoolers who are just doing this for shows. Philip DeFranco's another good one. They're YouTubers who did this as a show. They weren't thinking about making money, they just wanted to make the content. And they found some of the biggest success on the channel because they were the ones who were basically paving the way. The problem is that they also broke a lot of them. I mean, for every, you know, those three we name are the three most famous, but there are so many others who did it, and they just, oh, I'm not making anything, this is boring and stupid and lame.
Well, that's the thing about YouTube that people kind of make a mistake about. They're like, oh, I'm going to get famous on YouTube, you know, I'm going to upload a video and I'm going to get all these followers, but usually it takes a lot of time and dedication before you can actually make a career out of YouTube. So you have to spend a lot of time, you know, doing something else besides YouTube before you can actually make YouTube a career. Like, it's not something that's easy to make into a career. It takes a lot of dedication.
Exactly.
Normally.
And that's where I think like the third generation of YouTubers come from, you know, people who definitively wanted to make a career out of it. There were people who found that 5 seconds of fame, just rode that wave, you know. And, you know, they came afterwards. There was already established systems and everything. The fourth generation are gamers. I'm sorry. You know, gaming YouTubers who sat down, it's like, I'm gonna play games and blah blah blah. I'm like half making fun of myself at this point.
No, that's fine. It's like, there's nothing wrong with like wanting to make gaming videos on YouTube, as long as, you know, people who make gaming videos on YouTube realize that they may not be able to make a career out of it. Like,
here's the thing. There's a huge difference between. How should I put this? There's a huge difference between like gaming YouTubers in general and like YouTube in general. That's gotta have a huge separation, and that's the problem. The biggest thing about that is the fact that you can't really be like, it's because there was a change in like the algorithm and everything, where you can't put out a huge amount of content as a gaming YouTuber, and every single piece of content you can't hype it as much as you can with other content. Like, as a vlogger, if you do a daily vlog, every single vlog, you can be like, hey, this is an awesome vlog, hey, this is an awesome vlog, and people are like, okay. If you do a gaming video, it's like, yeah, part 35 of a, that's where the compilations come from, which is like a subset of gaming. But, you know, but again, that takes time, and when, you know, YouTube demands daily videos, well, and that's where I think the fifth generation of YouTube comes from, is the fact of the matter they found a way around the system.
Well, how do you feel about the new thing with YouTube's monetization? Like, they just changed it, so I think you have to have 1,000 subscribers and like 4,000 views, and I think it's something like that. I can't remember exactly, but I know they just changed it so a lot of small channels aren't monetized anymore.
My big thing about that, okay, here's my thing, and this is where I'm going to land probably on on the side a lot of people don't, and that is, if you're going to rely, because here's the thing, the rules beforehand were that you had to have made $100 in AdSense in a certain amount of time before you got that AdSense sent out to you.
Yeah.
No matter what happens, 1 second.
Hi.
Hi.
What's up?
Looking at macaroni and cheese.
What? Like, you're looking at some real mac and cheese in front of you that you made and didn't eat yet?
No, looking at a video about macaroni and cheese, that you can build your own macaroni cheese at a shop in San Francisco.
Okay, well, back to what I was saying. So
I think the audience wants the macaroni and cheese.
yes, probably.
I'm just kidding.
No, what I was gonna say is this: is that you get $100 from YouTube, and yeah, that can inspire you. But if you're not inspired enough by yourself to get into a place where you can match to what they're setting up as far as like YouTube goes, you're not doing it. And if you're actually doing it to make money, you want to hustle, be a hustler, you know. But I think the biggest part about this is that it makes it so that it weeds out a lot of small time YouTubers. And this is something I've been trying to work on a script for a short while, so consider this a bit of a thing about it. So there is a tragedy to small time YouTube. 100%. Every single time somebody does something on YouTube, there's a tragedy involved with the channel. You know, people with passion, people who want to make something, it'll destroy them right off the bat. If you don't have the desire to do it with nothing, if you don't have the idea, if you want to do it for the rest without having anything coming back to you, you will break. So there's my thing about that. Now about mac and cheese.
Oh, this is the important part.
So there's
Sorry,
a place in San Francisco you can make your own custom mac and cheese.
We need to figure out. Let's put it this way, Rachel. If we ever do get big on YouTube, somehow, miraculously, we're gonna do a lot of traveling, and Rachel's travel vlogs will be famous.
I'm gonna get the fucking mac and cheese. I'm gonna get like we gotta go to California. We have to get like the burritos where they put the fries in the burritos. Cause my friend used to live in California, and he made me like a California style burrito, and oh my, like carne asada burrito. Oh my god, so delicious. Need to try it. Need to try like a California carne asada burrito.
I want to go to
a place.
I want to go to the Oklahoma State Fair.
Oh, I want to go there too, actually.
Yeah, it seems like such a cool place to get like food and stuff. Because they deep fry everything.
I love deep fried everything.
Deep fried everything.
I want deep fried Oreos so bad.
I want to try that too.
I want
We should make deep fried Oreos, Jay.
Okay, I will get the fryer ready right now, and I'll just like keep it going until next month.
I am looking for, I want to try I want to become an alcoholic. That's what I want to do.
What?
I want to become an alcoholic. I feel like that would be a great career path for me.
I'm just sending emojis.
Oh. No, like just in a sense, because
if you're gonna become an alcoholic, you might as well wait until after the YouTube thing takes off, because then you can still make money and you can like make drunk gaming videos and you can actually like survive as an alcoholic. If you're just an alcoholic and you don't have a job where you can get drunk all the time, you're gonna be fucked.
I'm just imagining we're gonna change the channel just to Drunk Kitty Boy, and just like, boink. All right, guys, time for me to do another gameplay video. Today's drunk challenge is every single time I think about my existentialism, I do take a shot.
That sounds like Rick.
Just like toss the bottle down.
This sounds like Rick if he was a gamer. Every time I think of my existentialism, I take a shot.
All right, Morty, we're gonna start a gaming channel. It's gonna be called Rick and Morty Plays, and it's gonna be huge.
I don't know. People are gonna like our channel, Rick.
Shut up, Morty. I'm gonna hit you. I'm gonna hit you because we're abusive. But I also love you, Morty. Come here. Let me shove my tongue down your throat.
Come on, Morty. Me and you, we're gonna have to start a fucking channel. God damn it.
I don't know about that, Rick.
Me and you, episode every day. No delay. We're not gonna even animate it. I'm just gonna keep a picture and do my voice.
Rick, what about me? I'm not in that picture. Yes.
Oh my gosh, our impersonations are so like subpar.
Why are you
We need to up our game.
And then the kid just screaming,
Okay.
trick or treat!
There you go, Radley. You go ahead. Bye, Radley. No, I'm good. Bye, Radley.
Trick or treat!
That
I don't-
reminds me.
I don't even know. That'll be the next big gaming series that we do today. Together, Jay. Rick and Morty plays. Morty, we're gonna play. 1 second, Morty. Let me get a beer.
It should just. Hey, wait, no. It should just be. It should just be Rick and other Rick. Just two guys impersonating Rick on a stream.
Two dudes. Two dudes. Morty.
Two cool dudes just impersonating a guy.
All right, 1 second. I'm gonna start masturbating. We should.
Whoa,
do that.
man! I think that you're from another dimension than me.
That's the next idea. Oh, Rick and Rick plays. Rick and Rick plays Bioshock Infinite because it's the smartest game ever. It's my own dick.
Well, I just realized
It would only
something.
be really funny if the Ricks actually had dimension names like, oh fuck you, Rick D707.
Curdy,
What?
I just realized that, like, you and Jay are actually in the same, like, city, so, like, if you guys wanted to hang out and do videos, you could even do it, like, in person.
Fuck yeah. Yeah, we talked about doing streams before, which would be fun.
I'll eventually come back.
I feel like that would destroy our throats, though, Jay. Just saying. If we should try it though with Bioshock Infinite. Bioshock Infinite would be so much fun. As Rick.
Oh, I have Bioshock 3, but that don't count.
Bioshock 3 is infinite.
Okay, well then, I didn't play it. I just bought it when it was on sale.
I've played it, and I also bought it when it was on sale. Hooray for Steam sales!
Wait, I'm looking for an emoji.
Oh, I legitimately. Here's my thing. Alright. And this is gonna be probably my favorite thing ever. I really need to get my friend to give me that video. There's a video of me, doing the Elmo voice while ordering at Jack in the Box.
Jay, what
I
do those emojis mean?
I don't know. I don't know what you
sent.
sent.
Are you guys sending this over the chat, or are you guys sending this over private messenger? Because I feel out of the loop right now.
As you should.
Okay.
I sent a black heart.
So
Oh, I don't think I have those.
I want to tell a story that happened this week.
Did you get my middle finger?
Yes, but I didn't
Okay.
get the black heart. It's just a square with an X.
All right,
It's a
Rachel.
black heart.
Rachel, I need you to take that middle finger and you shove it way up in his butt.
Okay,
Way
Jay,
up there.
I'm gonna shove my middle finger way up in your asshole.
This actually really hurts my voice. So I was sitting around at my work the other day, and there were no calls, so like we're all just sitting there, and I'm like, yeah, and I'm like, they should never let me work the last day that I'm scheduled. They should call me before my shift starts and be like, hey, don't come in. Because here's the thing. If they let me come in for my last day of work, I'm answering a call as Elmo. Thank you for calling in today. How can I help you? Elmo would love to help you with that issue. Yes?
He's going
Radley,
through all the holidays.
Radley, that's enough, buddy, okay? I'm working on something, okay? No, you keep them. Go ahead. Bye, Radley.
Don't forget to bring a towel.
Don't forget to bring it. Bye.
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 See you later.
Don't forget to bring a towel. Cartoons. My light just turned on. I think Radley just turned my light on.
I think I just had an idea.
No, like my so there's a light from my room is on the outside. So like, I know it's a really bad design flaw. I think this thing was like was supposed to be like a side room like like I don't know, like a closet or some shit like that. But yeah, I really do like it's just like a funny thing. But no, cartoon gaming, just cartoon characters and try to do voice from. Hi there. We should play Star Wars games because I own it.
Yeah, did you see the post thing where somebody was like, what were they saying? They were like, the new Kingdom Hearts game should like feature what's in Star Wars
The
at
Avengers.
some point.
You know what? Even if they just put a Keyblade in there, I would be happy. Like a lightsaber Keyblade, and have like two of them. Have one be like a red lightsaber, and the other one be a blue lightsaber.
That would be badass.
I know, right? Like you don't even have to make the world; just have those be in there, and like, or have like have Sora use the Force once.
So, Jay, can I tell you something that pissed me off? I already told Curdy, but I need to tell you.
No, you can't tell me.
No?
Nope.
Rachel
Well,
doesn't
you're-
understand sarcasm.
I'm just joking. Yes, please go ahead.
Okay, so you know the person that we both know, the one that you've known since like high school?
Yeah.
The guy? Yeah. He like I was hanging out with him and he was making fun of Kingdom Hearts and like talking about how shit it was, and it really pissed me off because it was one of my favorite games as a kid. And it upset me.
Oh,
and that's all I
yeah?
had to say. Yeah. Don't make fun of Kingdom Hearts. It makes me sad.
Yeah.
I already told Curdy this. I complained about this. I was
Alright,
like,
now if you
he
hurt
did
my
this thing.
feelings, now
Huh?
the second you hurt my feelings, I'm gonna be like, Kingdom Hearts sucks.
Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, well, it's gonna have to be something like devastating,
faked-
so don't worry.
I faked 3 out of the 8 orgasms.
What?
Oh, it's a line from you guys' fight just kind of remind me of a line from Parks and Rec, where Ron Swanson gets back together with his ex-wife, and
Oh.
and they're like breaking up, and he's like, "I faked 3 of the 8 orgasms." It's like, so did I. I'm just like, that reminds me so much of every single relationship I've ever had with one of my exes. Where it's just like afterwards, it's just like all like this anger and such like boils up, and I'm just sitting here as like the nicest person in the world, like, oh, that's an interesting thing. Go fuck yourself. What an interesting proposal you have. Perhaps you would enjoy it if you shoved it up your ass. Can I get like a meme now? Just like the most polite guy ever saying, "That's a very interesting opinion you have there. Why don't you go shove it up your ass?" Oh.
That's how I'd feel. That's how I feel about anybody who says that Kingdom Hearts sucks. Cause like it's not the most challenging game,
No.
but it's fun and I like the storyline. Like it's not like the worst game. So like to talk shit about Kingdom Hearts is just.
Are we talking
stupid.
are we talking about Kingdom Hearts the game, or are we talking about Kingdom Hearts the series?
The series.
The series.
Games.
Okay, Rachel, I will admit
Yes.
this: Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 are good. Kingdom Hearts, no. The games individually are good. Put them all together, and oh boy.
Yeah, the story gets a little bit like weird, and some of the like spin-off games that they made, it's like, is this really necessary? No, I
Okay.
understand that.
Okay,
When
no, what
you
I'm
walk away, you don't hear me say,
say,
please.
Oh, baby.
Don't
Blah, 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 blah.
It's the way that you make it たってたった一人で目忘れて生きたきたのに
Oh. Here's my favorite thing in the world about the Kingdom Hearts series. Okay, the fact of the matter that you have to buy how many consoles to play it?
No, I understand that. You've got, like, let's see, what, it was originally for the PlayStation, right?
Yeah.
And then it
PlayStation
came
2.
out on, okay, it was originally for PlayStation 2, then they
Well-
came out one for the PS Vita, right? No, the PSP.
PSP.
The PSP, and then they also came out with ones for the
DS.
Game Boy. They came out with a game for the Game Boy as well, and the DS,
Yeah.
and
The 3DS.
and yeah, the 3D, and then the 3DS, and then now you have for the PS4.
Yeah. And I think you weren't 100% wrong when you said for the PlayStation, because it was originally supposed to be developed for the PlayStation 1, but they changed it over to a PS2 game.
Mhm.
So you're not 100% wrong on that one. But here's my thing: you have how many games with how many retcons and how many other stupid things like that happening throughout this game? It doesn't make sense to me, and I wish it was more streamlined. Seriously, if it would have just ended with Kingdom Hearts 3, with something going on that was interesting, even if they brought Ansem back again. Like, here's the thing: Ansem coming back in the second game still was so weird and stupid. Like, if you had the remnants of Ansem's Heartless or Xehanort's Heartless and Xehanort's Nobody coming together to form perfect Xehanort, that would be fine. I would have been fine with that. Anime-esque as fuck. That's my opinion.
My hair, I'm losing hair. My hair is shedding.
When you walk away, you don't hear me say.
It's the final countdown.
Oh, baby! Don't go. Do you like how I just randomly started singing Simple and Clean in Japanese?
I like that you sang that opera style while I was deep frying orange chicken like the first day I had you over at my house. And my mom was like, okay. my
Well, I
mom
can't believe I still remember it. Like, I can't believe it's called Hikari in Japanese. I can't believe I still remember Hikari. Hopefully I, like, got all the words right for the portion that I sang, because I'm pretty sure that's what it is. But,
can I admit
I might have
something?
fucked up the end, yeah.
Can I admit something to you? So, so after the point in time where, like, you first came over to my house and hung out, my parents, like, new rule: you can't have girls in your room with the door shut. For one, I was 22. I was 22 at the time. And for two, that did not stop me from doing something with your friend that I met the next couple weeks. After
Yeah,
that.
in your room with the door closed.
No, with the door open.
With the door open?
Yes.
Oh my god.
It was. I'm surprised we did not get caught. I'm surprised. I'm surprised we didn't get caught. We did not get caught.
I'm surprised you didn't get caught.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you didn't get caught, like, banana in hand.
Well, the banana was in her hand at that point.
Oh. De-peeling the banana with the mouth.
No, actually, she's still not given me a blowjob. Like, just in general, she's not giving me a blowjob. It's something that she's promised me, but I have not been able to make good on that promise. So, I'm so tired. So no, the thing is like, and Rachel can attest to this. I creeped her out to such a degree afterwards because I was like, I love you. You remember that?
Oh. Our friendship is weird.
Our friendship is stupidly weird. Are you kidding me?
I don't know. I don't even like. Sometimes I think to myself, why are we friends?
I don't know, but we have like a perfect friendship. We're like Aaron and Dan Avadan from Game Grumps. We have a perfect friendship.
You guys don't say enough gay things to be them.
Well,
Very true.
That's
we
like
can't
half the appeal of the whole series is that they say gay things like, "Oh, I'm gonna suck your cock," and then they're like, "Oh, haha, just joking."
Yeah, I don't think that'll work for us because we're two straight people.
We're two straight girls.
Yeah,
That
Rachel.
feeling when you will
gonna-
never be the pretty girl.
Yeah, Rachel, I'm a lesbian for you.
You're such a beautiful girl, Jeremy. You're so beautiful.
Beautiful.
You're beautiful.
You're
Beautiful.
beautiful.
You're
beautiful.
beautiful.
Oh, it's true. I saw your face. Sorry, you keep singing and then I just have to sing.
In a lonely place.
And you know what? 'Cause I'll never be with you. I'm making my dog bark. That's like talent.
These are just the high notes. I think your biggest fans would be
Have you heard
dolphins.
James Blunt's 1973 or something like that?
Mm-mm.
I'm looking that up now.
Oh, it's like oh, if you're looking it up, just play it. Yeah.
Yeah, just play it into
He
the
also
into
has a
the.
song that's called "High," and it's pretty funny.
James Blunt, 1973. I'm gonna put you guys on mute for half a second. So 1 second.
Your journey's been etched on your skin. My memory plays out too.
That was somewhat interesting. I don't know. It's not my type of music. You guys still there?
Yeah.
Um.
So, do you want to know something?
What?
Me and Jay had a phone call that went for 14 hours, 47 minutes, and 33 seconds.
Please tell me you guys were like actually having a conversation the entire time.
Two hours of it was talking, and then like 12 hours of it was like not even talking, just like being on the phone.
No, I was under the impression you guys were fapping. The other 12 hours.
No, I was sleeping.
I mean, I was, but I didn't want to say that.
I love this guy.
Just in a continual state of it. I am now, actually.
Can we call him Fappy J? Can that be your new stream name, Fappy J?
No.
I feel like
My name is
I mean,
Tentacle
okay.
Queen.
One joke, man, and now I'm Fappy J, huh?
apparently
Oh, I could be like Flappy Bird. I'd like Flappy better.
Flappy. No.
Flappy J.
Flappy J. Flappy J sound like a brand of like pancakes.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna
No,
make
it's gonna be
pancakes
the-
and call them pancake
Click,
mix
click,
and call
pancake
it Flappy
mix.
J.
Pancakes. Oh, that's probably my favorite thing in the world.
It's Blunt Wraps.
Blunt wraps.
Flappy J Blunt Wraps.
Flappy J Blunt wraps.
Blaze it! Whoa, 420 on the swag, blaze it, faggot, 666. Other numbers
This
and
is-
memes,
this is
hashtags.
This is Utaputty 6969. Do you believe
Oh,
masturbation
yeah.
should be Olympic sports? Because I just
Have
beat
you
my
seen
meat
those-
and I can't feel my left leg. That's one of my favorite things in the world. That's one of my favorite things in the world is like, I just beat my meat so hard I can't feel my left leg.
I do not fap, so I do not understand. Like girls, I think there's a different word for when
It's
girls do that.
shill. SCHILL. Shill.
It's
I
Schlick.
rarely
No,
do
Schlick.
that.
It's schlick.
No, you guys are both wrong. It's called handshaking the vertical taco.
And shaking the vertical taco sounds terrible.
Oh
I
my
don't.
God,
I don't
I'm
know
done.
where I heard that.
Well, no, there's jacking off and then there's jilling off.
There's gelling off.
Yeah. There's so instead of fapping, it's slicking because of the sound. Slick, 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 slick. And then there's instead of
That doesn't
jacking
sound
off.
very good though. Like as noise. I don't want to. I don't want to think of that.
Yeah, but
That's
then
kind of the sound it makes, though.
yes.
I mean, good point. But just like, what's another word that has those same letters? Maybe it's like an anagram that I'm thinking of.
Well, there's jilling off, which is the opposite of jacking off. You know, Jack and Jill.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, as far as like, I like handshaking the vertical taco.
Oh no.
What's the other one? Buzzing the buzzing the forbidden or buzzing the forbidden button.
So there's a thing that I just learned recently that some people, guys specifically, will like. Oh my gosh, I read this on Reddit and I was
Okay.
just like, no.
Okay.
Some guys think that the toilet seat is just the women's seat and they sit down on like the actual seat of like where people pee. Like there's like flecks of pee and a pube on the seat, and how would you like your balls not touch the water sitting on just the seat without the like sitting down with the seat up is what I'm trying to say. Some people are
Maybe-
like, oh yeah, that's the girl's seat. I read that and I was like, oh
Yeah, no. Like
god.
I don't. I don't. Yeah, no.
I'm done.
Yeah, I think there. Okay, so just to like, make sure that this isn't as awkward as possible, I once got solicited to have sex in a porta potty once.
That sounds smelly.
Yes.
Yeah. That sounds gross. That sounds so disgusting.
Yes, it was.
They were
I could.
probably
Yes.
into that,
Why do you think I
actually, now
didn't
that
do
I'm
it?
thinking.
Why do you think I say I was solicited instead of hey, I had sex in a porta potty?
Yeah, but like no, but
Good
what
point.
person asked you to do that? Like what kind of person asked you to do that?
Crack addicts.
It was Frank from Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
No, it was Sunny from Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Because I'm sorry, Charlie Day is my hero. I'm sorry, I'd give Charlie Day a blowjob in a porta potty.
Day man. Ah, fight
I don't know,
of the night man. Ah,
I get
champion
grossed
of
out
the
enough.
sun.
What?
I was saying I get grossed out enough by like the idea of having sex in a bathroom, like a bathroom stall. That still seems like it would be pretty gross.
I have not done that though. I have had. I did. Oh man, I've told you I fingered somebody in the toy department of a Walmart once.
Nice, nice.
Yeah. While I was on shift.
Oh
You
Jesus!
got paid for that?
I
Does
got-
that make you a prostitute?
Well, it wasn't anybody who. So I believe prostitution is when they are paying you to do it. They were not paying me to do it.
Well, your company was unknowingly paying you for it.
No, they were paying me for my time, and I was just misusing it while I was on the clock. It's not like, and it wasn't like, okay, it wasn't like we were sitting there in like the toy section and just like, whatever. No, it was more like quickest little thing ever. It was like 5 seconds at most. But I had a girlfriend, and she would constantly come into my work, and like whenever she saw me, she had like she just grabbed me and like kissed me and stuff while I was on the clock, mind you. And so we found a spot where there were no cameras, and we would just kiss and stuff for like 5, 10, like just for a few minutes while nobody was looking. And then like all of a sudden we're like, hey, passion and hormones and shit. And then all of a sudden it was like, oh, okay, I'll finger her for a little bit. And then, like, the funny thing is, I worked with her dad.
Interesting.
I'm pretty sure he'd kill me if he knew, like...
Like if you saw it on the cameras.
No, he didn't work on, like, the security team, so that was a good thing. But, like... I just, like, yeah.
You know what was weird?
What?
Today my friend was like, you're a dominant person and sexually, right? And I'm just like, no, I'm submissive. What is it about me that makes it seem like I would be dominant?
The fact that
Like-
you don't take anybody's shit.
Well, I don't take people's shit, but I can still be like, I'm a very dominant person in real life.
Yeah.
But like, as soon
Well-
as it like hits that, I'm like very submissive.
You're like
I
tying me
can
up.
be dominant. I can be dominant. I can. I have been when I had to be. Like, I can be dominant, and especially if I like get really into it, I'll like get more dominant. But
Are you-
like, I'm
have you-
naturally very submissive.
Have you ever pegged a guy?
No, I would like to.
Oh. I had a girl who was really into pegging, and she's like, "Let me peg you." I'm like, "No, no, 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 no."
Like, I am very like, if somebody doesn't want that, I respect that, and I'm not gonna like push anybody. But if somebody was like, if I was like seeing somebody and they were like, "You can peg me," I would be like, "Yes."
Happy International Women's Day.
Yes. Oh my god.
I'm the opposite. People think I'm very submissive in bed, and then like they actually get me there, and I'm like, okay then. And it's just like pull out the rope and the gags, and they're like, let's do this. And like, oh, this is not going how I thought it was going.
Well, that's the thing. Like, a lot of times, people that are like one way in normal daily life, it doesn't show how they are sexually. Like, a lot of times, they're completely the opposite.
Yeah, like that's how I noticed. Like I always go for like loud girls that are like really into things, because I'm like, I know you're just gonna be like just the most like, and this is a roulette that I play basically, where it's like you're either going to be like super into it to a certain degree and like having things done to you, or you're going to basically be terrible at sex.
Hey, can I tell you guys something?
What?
So a past relationship that I have had,
Okay.
this was years back. I was with somebody who, this is kind of embarrassing, and I'm not gonna name names.
Okay.
They were too loud, and not in a good way. It was just like awkward for me the whole time. Like I was trying not to like just have the mood killed every time they would be loud like that.
Yeah.
I wanted to be like, stop it, you're killing the fucking time.
Yeah, I've not had I don't mind screamers.
I can be
But-
quite loud.
I
Oh,
I can
don't
be
even,
quite quiet as well.
I
It really
guess it doesn't
depends.
even matter the volume. It was more of just like the tone of voice. It was just like something very off-putting.
Oh,
Yeah, like would you just be? I would be like, okay, I'm out.
oh, Okay, what if they had like that stupid like the anime-esque like the bleeps from like all the time like that kind of sound for their orgasms? Or every single time you came, it was a Transformers noise. Okay, here's something, and this is gonna be weird for me because I didn't know I had a really dominant personality until like I actually like got into like the sexual scene. And you can thank your ex-roommate for this, Rachel, because she's the one who kind of got me into being more dominant, I guess you could say. And a bit like more of like a sadist as well. But one time I was with this girl and like she's like, choke me, and I'm like, I don't know if I'm comfortable with that. And she's like, just do it. And I'm like, okay. So I got really into it. And I was the only reason why I think this situation didn't incur is because I was worried that it was going to incur, but I was really worried that she was just gonna like pass out and I was gonna be sitting there and like not knowing how to proceed with the situation. like, because like that's a thing, isn't it? Where it's just like the situation is like that's what, like every guy's like fear when it comes to like being dominant. It's like you're choking a girl out and then she passes out and you're like, well, I can't explain this to the cops. Like,
See, I like.
Hello, there's a dead hooker in my room.
I'm weird because I'm like a sadomasochist, so like I can inflict pain and like take pain, and I like both. So like I can choke somebody or be choked. I don't care. I just like pain,
I
whether
had
I'm inflicting it or.
I had
Mercy.
I had an ex who really was into like scratching my back, and she was like, "Release the beast!" like all the time. I'm like, "This does not do anything to me. It's annoying. Stop it." But like she was constantly trying to do it. I'm like, "This doesn't. No, this doesn't do anything."
See, I like to scratch, but like my nails are super short right now.
Here's the thing. I don't mind being scratched. I don't like it when they have like ulterior motives. Like if you have an ulterior motive of trying to like have me do something, I instantly am like, no. But like it was just like the funniest thing ever for me because it was like I don't know, it was just funny in my mind. But yeah, like I think every guy has that constant worry of like when you're choking a girl out and like all of a sudden it's like she passes out and she's like harder and she's like, and then all of a sudden it's like and she's like pass out and like what do I do? I cannot call the police in this situation.
I mean, technically you could, because like I've gotten that.
That would probably be the smartest thing to do.
Yeah, because you're not gonna get in trouble. It's completely consensual. It's just like you just had an accident, and like BDSM is pretty well known, so like I don't think it would really be that big of a deal if somebody like got choked a little bit too hard and had to call the cops. I don't think the cops are gonna like take you to jail or something.
True. Okay, let me replace this then. Every guy's worried that he's gonna kill a girl on accident.
Yeah, if you kill the girl, then you might get in.
Like, how would you deal with that situation, Jay? Just like all of a sudden, like you're sitting there and she's just like harder, and then all of a sudden she's not there no more.
That's why I don't do any of this sort of shit. You guys are talking about this and I'm just sitting here feeling like the odd one out.
Wait, you've never choked a girl?
No, I've only ever been choked.
Damn.
Which I didn't even really like agree to, it just happened and I didn't like be like, oh stop.
I think after a while you don't really have the ability to say, oh stop.
Well yeah, but also it was just like, other stuff was happening, it was a good time, I didn't want to ruin the whole thing by being like, ah, stop.
I don't think that ever like makes things worse. Like, okay, so you know, Richard, you know how I told you about like how my ex, like my friend with benefits, got a boyfriend. So she texted me and it's like, listen, I have to be honest with you. It's not that I have a boyfriend. It's because I'm moving. And she's like, I'm like, oh, well, thank you for being honest with me. I'm glad that you trust me enough with that. And she's like, most guys would be pissed about that. I'm like, I don't care. Like, if you're not honest with me, yeah, I'm gonna be a little upset. You're not honest with me. But I'd rather you tell me than anything else. I'm like, if open communication is my kink. There we go, I said it. Open communication is my kink.
That's a good kink to have. Like that's the best kink to have. Like open communication is really important.
I also have a kissing fetish. Holy.
Well, like this. Okay, this is really horrible to say, but like this is just personally how I am.
Yeah.
I can't enjoy. I mean, I can, but I don't enjoy like sex as much unless there's like some kind of pain inflicted on me.
Yeah.
At all.
Well, here's the thing.
No, I'm sorry.
I told Rachel this, so Jay, so you'll understand the context of this. We have a mutual friend, me and Rachel, who is a little weird in the sense of she likes to have she has a I guess I was gonna say it, a rape fetish. But the thing is that she doesn't want to like set it up with somebody. She just wants it to happen. I'm like,
ugh.
Yeah, like this isn't like the safe word or anything. She's like, no, I don't want a safe word. I'm like, ah, like I'm like, how does that work? She's like, oh, I don't know. This is just something. I'm like, that is twisted to such a degree.
That's sorry. I've like been raped, so like hearing about somebody wanting to be raped just does not compute.
Yeah, I feel like it's very disingenuous and they don't understand the situation
She
at
has
all.
been.
Oh, well then maybe it's from
I don't know.
I don't
I
wanna
didn't
use,
look
like,
into it
trauma.
more because there's a lot of stuff there to cover. But essentially, it's just one of those things where it's like, you can't set that up. That is a random Craigslist ad, and you just pray and hope. You just hope and pray, you know.
That is
Well,
not my fetish. No.
Well, yeah, there's like a lot of people who
yeah,
don't have
that's
like.
just
There's a lot of
note
fetishes. There's a lot of people who have fetishes that other people don't have. Like, I like again. It comes down like I have a kissing fetish. I know a lot of people who do not like kissing, like at all.
I definitely have a kissing fetish. I can't. And, like I like really sweet and a lot of pain at the
Oh, no.
same time. I don't know how you
I
do
want
that.
to-
That's what I like.
I want to be able to tell somebody what your spit tastes like. That's the kind of kissing fetish I have.
No, I don't know if I'm like that much, but I definitely like kissing. I definitely don't not like
Yeah.
kissing. Yeah.
I think the best thing. I think again. My kink is open communication. That's like something like that's like an honest opinion. Like that's just not me just joking. That is
No, I
honestly
think-
how I feel.
I think I'm kind of there with you because like I've had some situations where there wasn't open communication, and I'm just
Yeah.
like no, this isn't fun. This is not fun for me. And then there's the situation of like somebody being like, "Oh, you told me to stop." Well, I'm not gonna listen to you, but we're not gonna go into that.
My kink is that no one knows my kink.
And how
Say
are you
your
supposed to
kink.
explain? Yeah, come on,
Come on, say your
No.
kink.
come on.
What's your
No,
kink?
that was a joke. That was a joke.
What? What's your kink though?
I don't think I have one.
I feel like
Everybody-
you haven't explored enough to like find out if you
Yeah.
have one because I feel like everybody has one.
Come here, Jay. We'll go exploring together.
Yeah, I'll just have a kissing fetish with you, Curdy.
Yeah. That would totally work if you didn't have a beard, or no, actually that wouldn't work even if you did have a beard. If you weren't a guy, that may work.
Just
It's 'cause
close your
you're-
eyes.
You're just no, that does not work at all. Just every single part of my sensory would be like, this is happening. No, I don't like it.
I'm kidding.
No, I gotta get
Or
it.
am
Like,
I?
I don't know. In my mind, it's like as much as I can play like the gay guy, I don't. I am not at all. Like like here's the thing: when people first meet me, they're like, "Oh, he's gay," and then they get to know me. They're like, "Oh, wait, no, he's not gay. He's a man whore."
Oh, when people like get to know me, they think the same thing, but then they find out eventually that I was just like joking and I don't really care what anyone thinks.
I am not like I've never really had like a real gay thought, if that makes sense. Like I've never had a thought where I'm
Okay,
like,
so
oh
here's-
hey, like I've never had to give the example. Okay, I never have been like Brian Griffin. I was like, so the other day I was on the internet and I saw a penis and I was like, that's not that bad. I've never had that moment.
Curdy, I have a question.
Yes.
Can I tell Jay what you told me when I first like thought that Jay didn't like me and like
That I
what
thought he
you
was
said?
gay. Yeah.
That you thought he was gay?
Yeah.
You were like, I'm pretty
He
sure he's
sound.
gay.
I'm sorry, Jay, but you kind of sound gay.
Oh my god. I don't even care.
That is 100% the truth. Like, I just don't care. I stopped caring a long time ago. I had a
Yeah,
friend
you
who had,
can't care because it's like not something that you can control. Have you ever tried to like just walk around in a fake voice being like, "Hey everybody"?
yes, actually, for like the longest time.
Not
Actually,
very fun.
I have a I actually have I have an accent. And when I was a kid, I had to drop it for our school. This isn't actually my real accent, like the one I grew up with. It's closer to the southern. It's a regional dialect here in like the northwest. That you get from like Wheatfield people, and it's really funny. And I'll have it if I'm like really really tired. Like like, and here's the thing, like when I'm tired, I mean like physically tired, not like emotionally drained. Like physically, I have not slept in days. So, but yeah. So I've had to walk around with like this voice for the longest time, so it kind of has become second nature. But
Well, I'm sorry I have a gay voice. No, I'm just kidding.
don't deny it.
Just
I'm okay
embrace
with
it.
And
Embrace.
honestly, I do. My last roommate, he was gay, and he tried to come on to me a lot, where he would be like, obviously want to do stuff, and I would be like, all the time, just like, nah, that ain't me, dog.
That ain't me, dog. I had somebody in high school.
I really appreciated the flattery though, and I tried to deal with it like the nicest I possibly could. It was hard.
I had a friend with benefits who is openly like, okay, so I tried to set up a three-way. And let me preface this by saying I absolutely have tried my damnedest for like the past couple months with these two girls. And the moment we get them both in like the same room, one's like, "Yeah, I'm on my period," so she just did not participate. And so like we were sitting around my room afterwards because she's like, "You guys can still do stuff," so me and the other girl did stuff. And I'm walking around my room with like no shirt on. And I'm like, "Hey, where's my shirt?" And she's like, "Don't put one on." I'm like, "That's flattery at the finest level if I've ever heard so." But no. So back to the story I was gonna tell about the guy in high school. So there's a guy who was very openly bisexual. He's actually now an actor on like the London Broadway. Like he
Nice.
works at he's done like things at the Globe Theater. It's insane. And what ended up happening is
being openly bi gets ya.
yeah. No, he's a kick-ass actor. I'm just gonna put that out there. He's an amazing actor. But he had an openly gay crush on me in high school. Back when I was a good boy, and it was one of those things where just like it's funny that because I was dating a missionary's kid, and he would come running up to me and like jump on top of me and try to kiss me. I almost lost my first kiss to a gay man.
Oh shit.
I'm not even joking. And it wasn't like Sasuke x Naruto kind of shit either. It was like this guy was going for it, like tongue out and everything. I'm like, oh shit. But it was so funny because like my ex-girlfriend, she got into a fight with him about it. It's like, no, he's mine. And I thought it was so funny.
How am I already tired at 8:30?
We are like drained right now, so I feel like we did a good job though on this podcast so far.
I forgot to turn on my Wi-Fi, and I got a message. It's like, oh yeah, you just used all your data.
Oh no.
At least it's
Oh.
right near the end of the month, and it does go anyway. Like I just okay, when I use my data, I still have
Yeah.
data. It just gets slow.
Yeah.
Well, I have unlimited data.
I need to
Oh,
get
aren't you fancy?
I need to get unlimited data. So I picked up a bad habit of using my meme app whenever I'm like at work, which uses a ton of data. And so I've basically taken up the habit of not doing that during my work, and instead just playing a game on my phone when I'm on breaks, and I'll be looking at memes when I'm at home. But no, I've been looking at a lot of memes lately because of the all about that memes. All about that memes, about those memes. No. Okay, okay, Jay. I don't know if you know about this. I told Rachel, Megan Trainor is
Rachel?
Rachel.
Rachel
TK.
Flower.
I've been telling TK. So Megan Trainor is dating the actor who played Junie B. Jones in Spy Kids, and they're engaged.
Say what?
Okay, you remember Junie B. Jones from Spy Kids?
Oh, the girl that like okay, the older girl.
the boy.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah.
okay, so him and Megan Trainor, the actor, are dating, and no, they actually are engaged now, if I remember correctly. So, and there's a picture now of them walking out of a sex shop with like a bag full of dildos, and I'm just like, to each their own. I just think that's the most interesting thing in the world, where it's like Judy B. Jones is dating Megan Trainor. Like they're engaged,
I don't
and
know
they
who
seem
that
happy.
is.
Megan Trainor, all about that bass. All about that bass. About that bass. No.
Travel.
Yeah. Like, I
So
don't know.
think that the girl with black hair on Parks and Recreation was dating Michael Cera, like without telling anyone for like a year.
I think for the longest time, I wish her and Chris Pratt got together.
Like as a three-way relationship.
Chris Pratt? No. So
I'm confused.
okay. So you know how Chris Pratt plays Andy Dwyer in Parks and Rec, and then she gets married to what's her face?
Yeah,
Yeah, I wanted them to actually be together in real life because they're such a cute couple.
me too. But that's probably not exactly what they're like in real life, so it'd be a
I
lot
know.
different.
She's a much more serious actor or actress than Chris Pratt is. Like Chris Pratt is Chris Pratt is basically Andy Dwyer. I'm sorry.
Yeah, there was this one scene where he actually just improvised, and it was
And it's the
it
most
looks like
beautiful.
you're having
Oh no, it's like, all right, so I put your
problem.
symptoms in this computer, and it looks like you have network connectivity problem.
Yeah.
I think the writers
Good job.
hate it. The writers hate him for that line. Are you shitting me? They're like, yeah, the funniest line in Parks and Recreation was an improv line from Chris Pratt, and I feel so bad because I've wasted my life trying to act and be funny, and I'm not. I'm not.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Well, he was probably just fed so many jokes that day that he was like, it just came to him, the best joke of the day.
I think the funniest thing I ever did was an improv thing. So when I was in high school, we did a night of one shots or one offs, and they were basically all dating one offs, about romance and stuff. And the first one that we opened up with was the true story of Adam and Eve, which I'm pretty sure was written by somebody in fucking California because damn was it on its head. Eve was made first, God's a woman, and I played a tree. I played a tree slash narrator, and I was the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. And I actually had a Bible, and I was like reading out of the Bible, and it's like the lines are in the Bible. It's so funny. And like partway through the scene, opening night, I just take the loudest, chunky, like crunchy bite out of the apple that I was holding, and everyone on stage, everyone in the audience, just looks at me. Like, I just shrug, and dead laughter. You hear the teacher in the background just dying of laughter, and afterwards he's like, Jeremy, that shit only flies because it works. And I'm like, okay, it was funny, I guess. But it was legitimately one of those things where I was like, I'll just take a bite of the apple, and it was mid conversation with somebody else. I didn't know it was gonna be that loud. I thought I was just like, oh, I'm a background gag. No, it was loud enough that everybody just stopped and looked at me.
Please?
What?
Okay.
Okay, what are you guys doing?
Nothing.
Are you guys sending nudes to each other?
No.
Yeah, that's what she was asking for. She wanted a picture of my balls, Morty.
Balls, Marty.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because that's the thing that people want to see is like wrinkly, fucking ugly, hairy, sparkly.
My ex was obsessed with flacids.
What?
Why?
Flaccid penis.
Why?
I don't know. But she's like, send me a picture of your dick. I'm like, 1 second, I have your heart. She's like, no. Flaccid. I'm like,
Which ex is this? You must tell me.
the one I met because of you.
Oh, the psych ward one?
Yes.
Oh my god, the psych ward one!
I was like, how? Like, I don't understand, like, her concept, if that makes sense. Like, it was one of those things where I was, like, sitting there, I'm like, apparently this is a thing. Like,
I
people...
think I've heard of that before somewhere.
I want to know what I'm getting into. Rachel's dying right now.
This man is overgassed.
I love her laugh. Like, I'm just sitting here thinking to myself, like, and it was weird. It got weird after a while.
My laugh is annoying.
Oh my
I think
god.
it's cute.
You think everything about me is cute, though, even my fucked up eyebrow.
Everything is cute, like in the world. So
So Jay thinks that you're as cute as poop.
no, definitely things are cute to varying degrees. Like poop is probably like -500.
And it's not cute. You're lying, Jay. We're catching
Oh,
you
it's
on your
cute,
lines,
it's just the
Jay.
negative integers.
What if you
It's
pooped in the shape
negative.
of a heart? What if you pooped in the shape of a heart? That'd be kind of cute.
That reminds me of that like episode of Bob's Burgers where like she tries to emoji with the cow and it does like a winky face and poop.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I was thinking more along the lines of the thing where it's basically it's what are the words? They're like the tools you use for like shaping dough and stuff, but it's things that you put up your butt to turn them into shapes.
What?
Yeah, it's like, how should I put this? So, they're like, fuck, I can't remember the name of them, but it's essentially like these things you put them up your butt and then like you poop in shapes, like stars and stuff.
Please tell me that you're like creating this as an invention. It's not a real thing.
I think it's a real thing.
What the fuck?
I'm trying to remember what they're called, but they're like, okay, like what do you use to make like shapes for like cookies? Like a cookie cutter, but
Cookie
for poop.
cutters?
Yeah, it's like cookie cutters, but for poop.
Ew, that's disgusting.
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
Hey, if I want to shape my fecal matter in the shape of a star, I got it. I'm an American, and I'm gonna do it.
You know, they made these already, but you just didn't know because they didn't call it by its name. You know those one things where it's like the Play-Doh like thing where you put the
Oh no! Oh my
sure
god!
that somebody out there, someone, sometime has tried that.
No, I don't think they have, but they have now.
No,
Way to go,
I guarantee
Jay.
it's happened before.
Way
I
to go,
guarantee
Jay.
it.
You put that into the public consciousness. I'm looking this up real quick.
Oh my god, I'm done.
Just so you know,
Probably a
I'm now
video
googling
series.
poop shapers. Poop shapes. Okay. I got the Bristol stool scale. Pool shapes toy. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, okay, here it is. Here it is. I'm gonna real quick. I'm gonna send this to you guys over the Discord chat, and then I'm also gonna send this so that the people in the stream can see this. It's out on the Discord chat, and one thing, guys, as I get this up onto the thing real quick. Oh, I need to. Oh.
What the fuck? That does look like those Play-Doh things. Is it just the Play-Doh thing?
I don't think it's a Play-Doh thing. I think it.
That can't be real. Somebody had to
you
make
seen
that.
this?
That has to be like a meme or something.
I
Hey,
don't.
Curry boy,
Yeah.
have you seen those like banana slicer things that people are like, if my boyfriend ever did anything wrong, he'd get this.
Yeah.
Oh, Jeebus.
Oh,
I feel like it's kind of related. I don't know.
I don't know. Never look a man in the eye when you're eating a banana. But yeah, poopy time fun shapes.
Oh,
Banana.
that's disgusting. Put that in the. Make sure to put that in the memes for the podcast, so
Okay.
everybody can see it.
Oh, I basically put it up there, and it's above the memes. But I'm gonna go ahead and toss it into the memes, guys. So 1 second as I get that put in there.
Oh, you did put it in the podcast? Okay.
Yeah. Now it's in the memes. Poopy time
my
fun
God.
shapes.
Fucking done. Fucking done.
I mean,
You're gonna
what?
get the stupid laugh again. Laugh.
Hey, Cody,
What's up, Jay?
have you ever tried smoking weed?
No.
I'm just curious, because,
I
you know,
thought
it's
you
legal in our state.
One time you did smoke weed.
Who, me?
Remember? Yeah, you told me about it. There was that one time that you got high or something
I've
in high school.
Okay. Let me preface this story real quick by saying I do not condone drug use, and I do not in any way, shape, or form. I'm not consensually or
It is legal in our state, though, by the way, for anyone above the age of 21 years.
Okay, let me preface this whole thing by saying I have never done drugs besides prescription medications.
Drugs.
Okay.
Drugs,
I have not
drugs,
drank,
drugs,
I have not
drugs.
smoked. I don't do
Money is for the
Okay.
rent, not for drugs.
I've not done this. Okay, and here's the thing. The situation I was in was outside of my control. I was part of a spirit team when I was a freshman in high school. And we were in a room and we were like working on like different cheers for our spirit week. And afterwards, because it got really rowdy and everything, it was like really crazy. And afterwards, I was like, man, I got the world's biggest headache. And the PTA, or not the PTA, the student body president looks at me and he says, "Oh yeah, that's because what they were doing in that room as well is they were making like they were using spray paint. Like, oh yeah, it's because you were getting high off paint fumes."
Oh, it was
we had
paint fumes.
we were basically hotboxing ourselves with paint fumes while making
Oh.
cheers
Fuck.
with the student body president, by the way.
People
Oh my
in high
God.
school did that too. In like the drama classroom and in the AV room, people would like use spray paint inside the building, and it was always so alarming to me. Like, dude, that's not supposed to be breathed.
Well, like I was a drama kid throughout high school, and like just in general.
Yeah, and you guys
but-
have to like paint all the props.
Yeah, and so like yeah, but like just in general, like if you were a drama kid in high school, you kind of know what I'm talking about. We're all a bunch of sluts.
I was an AV kid, so I was not.
I was a drama kid.
Somebody's just putting penis inside of the inside of the chat right now.
Oh,
Wow, we've got a kid.
Actually, no, I think his name is Penis.
What did he say?
Penis, 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 penis. Lovely, lovely, cool. Maybe, maybe, sure. Vomit.
tiniest penis.
It's just not a sharp penis.
I got the tiniest penis.
It's a tiny, tiny penis.
Why am I laughing at this? Is so stupid.
Penis.
Tiny
You didn't get the hiccup laugh though, so it's not that funny.
Holy shit.
Tiny penis. It won't like mushroom.
So can I tell you about?
No, guys, I gotta focus real quick.
No, I gotta
No,
tell you something.
Shh, shh. I'm sending something real quick.
Okay, but I have to tell you something.
So, guys, we
Yeah?
got a new subscriber to our channel.
Is it penis?
To the Discord.
Oh no.
What is so funny? I want to see the stream now.
Go
It's not-
to the Discord.
They go into the Discord.
Okay, where is it?
The general chat for
Yeah.
Talk Nerdy to Me.
I was in there earlier, and then you guys were like, no, not in the general chat.
No, we are in the general chat. Like, but we're in like the voice channel. Got really quiet there for a second.
So, okay, I have to say
What the
something.
fuck?
I have to say something.
Yes.
So back in like probably shortly after high school, there was this guy who like convinced me somehow to send him a nude. Like it was the
Yes.
first time I had ever sent a nude. And like he
Ooh.
sent me a picture of his penis and it looked like a mushroom. And I had him in my phone as Mushroom Boy ever since then.
Hey,
Because it
is
legitimately looked like a mushroom.
I have a question. Is it just me, or does that look way too high up on his body for it to be a real
I was
thing?
thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
That's like a belly button.
Yeah.
Spot.
Why is
It's
it so
like-
high?
Why is it so small?
There's so many
I
questions.
think it's a fake thing. I think it's like
Yeah.
a logo on somebody's belly button.
That's so fucking funny. Oh.
Oh god. Well, thank you for the
Yes.
subscription, there,
Yes,
penis.
yes, thank you for subscribing.
That
penis.
image, though.
Oh, that fucking image. I'm not putting it up on the stream because it is a very explicit image.
It looks almost obviously fake, but it's like just right there in that zone of you can't tell.
Yeah.
Well, like the thing is, if anybody really wants to see it, this guy posted a comment. They can post. They can click on the comment. They can see the guy's
Good point.
picture for the.
I'm surprised he
We
hasn't
don't
been
need
kicked
to-
off.
Huh?
I'm surprised he hasn't gotten kicked off.
Yeah, for having a penis as his profile picture. I'm a little bit surprised too.
This is fucking great.
Penis
We're
dot
12 years
JPEG.
old. We're actually 12.
Yeah.
We're not in our 20s. We're 12.
Yeah, we're all 12. Bye, penis.
And what is this?
And we got
Walk into
the
bathroom,
Gatsby
see
laugh.
this. What do?
We got the Gatsby laugh.
I can't help it. It's so stupid. Oh, I'm done.
Gesundheit.
I'm gonna cry.
Oh,
Don't die.
Rachel, we have 10 minutes left. We're almost there. Oh, hey Rachel, just remember this. You get to go and you get to relax for a week. I have to take another. I have to fucking take another week and go to work.
True.
Oh. Oh my gosh, this is so fucking funny.
I'm gonna message my friend and see if she wants to hang out.
Oh, isn't it? Have you ever had sperm-filled Oreos?
Ew.
I like Jay like basically just like
Surprisingly,
spit
yes.
out his drink. Ugh. No. What is the weirdest thing somebody wanted you to do in bed?
Them.
Wow. I had somebody who wanted to have her cat watch.
Wait, wanted to what?
Have her cat watch.
Oh, that's creepy.
She's
You
like,
met some creepy people.
yeah, just a little bit. But like she
Like-
here's
What
like
is the mentality behind that, though? Like, a cat
She-
does not understand.
Meow.
So what she used to say is like, so like afterwards I'm like, why did you want your cat in the room? She's like, oh, because if you were to start doing something bad, she'd attack you. I'm like, okay.
I can kind of understand that. Like, I wish that I would have had a cat that could attack when something bad happened to me. So, like,
I can understand it to a certain extent, but my thing is just like, the cat would like meow, like whenever we got like exceptionally rough, and she was constantly being like, spank me, choke me. You know, at one point in time she's like, slap me. I'm like, I am not doing that. Later, penis. Goodbye, penis.
goodbye, penis.
But like,
Oh, I
we're
thought
just-
you were telling like everybody about how you were just like losing your erection.
I didn't. Oh, I did finish, but like anytime like we got like anywhere like to a point of rough, the cat would be like meow at me. I'm like, she's like, I'm like, there's a part of me that's like, if this would have gone any longer, I would have been figuring out whether or not like the cat would meow when I was doing something right or something like that. Oh. I'm actually, here's my thing. I'm really
I gotta
looking.
say, I'm embarrassed for you in that situation. Like, that person is really weird.
I think there's like people who that have been weirder.
I'm sure, but yeah, just the fact that they were like wanting their cat to watch, it's just like beyond me. Why not just like?
What?
I think maybe they like started that because their cat would always like watch them poop in the bathroom or something, and then so they just kind of formed that bond, you know?
I had a friend who would basically said that his dog would always watch, and he kind of liked it because like the dog would like start to growl whenever he felt whenever like his girlfriend would start to moan. So like it would be like ah, and then you're like "Arr!" like and like and like, he's like I like the reception that like it's just not all in my head with the moaning. Oh. So I guess I gotta get at this. I had a friend and they when I was working at my last job, they threatened to buy me a pocket pussy because it was back when I was just lost my virginity. And Rachel, you'll attest to this. I would complain all the time about how I never got laid.
Yes, yes, you
Um,
would.
So they got like so tired of it. It's like if you mention your sex life one more time, I'm going to go out there. I'm gonna buy you a pocket pussy. I'm gonna get you the lube. I'm gonna get everything you need. Okay, just so you shut up about it. And I'm just like, okay, and like just like the thought of like somebody handing me like a pocket pussy in general just scared me to such a degree. I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna do that. No. I don't know. Like, there's just something about it that just doesn't like appeal to me at all. Like people are like, you should get it if you have like such a bad libido. I'm like, yeah, but yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, here's something I've been wanting to talk about for weeks, and this will be the last topic for the night. Okay.
Okay.
Oregon State is no longer is allowing for gas station attendance.
Yeah, I saw that.
Well, they're also legalizing drugs, so then people are probably going to be robbing gas stations more often.
Yeah, but here's my thing. All right, here's my big thing. The people in Oregon lost their shit over this. Okay, like there's a level, okay, where you have like people who are one level, people are another level, and then like there's levels of losing your shit. Okay, so there's the top 5 moments I can think of, or top 3 moments of people losing their shit. Okay, Vine dying is like one good example of things people are like, oh man, Vine's dead. Oh well, because it was already dead. And then you have Hillary Clinton losing the 2016 election. Okay, people rioted over that. Okay, and then finally you have, and this is my favorite thing in the world.
That one time you misspelled something.
No, then finally you have Oregon getting rid of gas station attendance. Because people are like rioting in the streets, being like, ah!
Which is so think about it, because like in all the other states, people are just used to pumping their own gas, but they're like, no, we can't pump our own gas.
Okay, and here's the thing: within 24 hours, no, this is like legitimately within 24 hours, there were 3 gas station fires. within 3 hours, within like 24 hours
Oh.
of this law going out, there were 3 gas station fires in the state. Let me put this in perspective, okay? The number of gas station fires in Washington State. I'm gonna make sure I get the right number on this because I want to make sure I'm getting the perfect number on this. 1 second.
I'm betting it's like a smaller number than the other one. My bet is actually on the double. Like we've had 1 fire per day.
You want to go 1 fire per day?
Yeah, that's my bet, Bob.
One second. Let's read this up real quick. Okay, so. Okay, so in. Okay, so in two. Okay, so from 2004 to 2008, I'm looking. So okay, so it's like less than 100 in a year for Washington State. Okay, in 24 hours, they have 3.
Yeah.
It's just like this weird thing for me where it's like that's crazy from like the perspective of like how much people have lost their shit over this. It's like the moment like, wait, I have to pump my own gas. No. Oh. So it was one of those funny things where I'm like sitting there like it like watching this thing happen, like has it occurred? Like this is a couple weeks old. It was just so funny for me because you're like, this is just constant. It was chaos. It was
That's
absolute.
like going to an all-you-can-eat buffet and being like, "No, I have to use the soft serve machine myself. No one makes an ice cream cone for me."
No. That's like no. This is more like you going to again going to the buffet, the soft serve ice cream machine, and being like, "How do I work this thing?" Taking out a gallon of gasoline and lighting on fire.
Well, I would be impressed if they lit the ice cream on fire, you know?
This is what happened, and it was like so many people are like grabbing the thing and going to the other side of the car. They were bringing them down. People were like running into it. And I'm like, you had to pull up to the station before this. What happened? In their defense, I did pull up on the wrong side the other day.
So are these the people causing all of the other states to have that 1 fire per year is like when they're visiting Washington? That's why we have that?
I'm guessing. Here's the thing. I've been to Oregon once in my life. And I always thought it was really weird. Like, why are they pumping? Why does the dad get out and pump the gas? I was a little kid at the time. I was like 13. And they were like, well, here in Oregon they don't do that. I'm like, why is that a thing? And they're like, well, because they're lazy. I'm like, oh, do we have that in Washington so we can be lazy? Like you said, like I understand where they're coming. Oh, Rachel, your thing's up there on the thing.
What's up there?
Your picture, your Subway porn.
Oh yay!
Oh,
My Subway porn.
Subway porn. Oh,
The fact that I worked off and on at Subway for like 3 years after that, like, is ridiculous.
So are you like really good at making sandwiches now?
I am really good at making sandwiches, especially if you like give me if I have squirty like sauce bottles. Like
I just see Rachel now working with like a mayonnaise squirty thing, and she's like, "Oh man, it's not coming out. It's not coming out. Come on, give it to me. Give it."
that's the start of a bad porn. That's the start of a bad porn. So can I tell you a story related to Subway?
What?
That's kind of like the start of a bad porn.
What?
So my ex, the one that I just stopped talking to, not the one that blocked me, well, the one that blocked me before, like way before.
That's the one you're obsessed with?
The one I'm not obsessed with anymore. Anyways, he told me he was gonna meet up with me and say goodbye to me and stuff because I was leaving Missoula, and I got pissed.
Oh, it's back up
and
again.
I decided, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna hit on my coworker. So me and this coworker like made a joke where we were gonna cover our bodies in Chipotle and lick it off, and like ended
Whoa.
up making out in the office while we were working.
That okay. I fingered my girlfriend in Walmart.
Well, we almost had sex. We didn't have sex, but we did. We got pretty close. Somebody showed up. Somebody showed up. Okay, and then we had to like stop
Go.
because one of us had to go help the customer.
But you were like covered in Chipotle though.
No, we didn't actually cover ourselves in Chipotle. We just talked about it. But like, we never actually covered ourselves in Chipotle.
I'm gonna use that as a pickup line. The next time I'm like trying to get with a girl, I'll be like, "Hey girl, let me cover you in Chipotle. I'll lick it off." Don't worry, that burning sensation is the Chipotle, not my gonorrhea.
No, see, we couldn't actually like. First of all, and second of all, there were customers, and we were the only ones working. So like logically, we couldn't actually cover ourselves in Chipotle. But like.
Can I just say, we need to make a Subway porn.
Can it start with Chipotle?
No, it starts with a girl like working at the stand and be like having like the mayo not coming out and like just like getting a facial with mustard or something like that. Be like, Bone Way, have it your way.
But you should use Jimmy John's, because then you can like name it like. What's
You can actually have a porn star named Jimmy Johns.
or no? It can be like Schlongy Dongs or something.
Longy Dongs. I want it to be Bone Way.
We can do Subway. That's okay. Do you want to ride the bone train, Morty?
Isn't that getting a little pole? Oh, that reminds me. I'm gonna try to get Pokemon to Monopoly for my brother so we can play it in.
Yes. I will kick your ass at Monopoly. I'm really good at Monopoly.
All right then. So I think
Jay should play too.
Yeah. Well, you know, I'll try to get it. I'll try to get it. We can do it like the Wednesday before we leave. Other than that, guys, thank you guys. This is probably
Wait, the day before we leave is Valentine's Day, so me and Jay might be like not sober. I was saying not sober.
Hey, I think video games and sex go together. That is the.
I wasn't even talking about sex. I said not sober.
No. That there's the meme. I think video games and sex go together up on the board.
Oh, okay. You confused me.
No, like that's legitimately what the thing was. It's like I believe sex and video games go together. That's pretty much the premise of this show. I think we should end it here, guys, because we are very tired, and this has been a great show. I've really enjoyed myself. We didn't have any of the games, which was nice. It was a nice conversation. Thank you so much, Slappy J, for joining us.
It's Slappy.
Slappy J. No, you're going to be Fappy J.
No.
I really do enjoy having you, man. So welcome aboard. Again, we have TK or Tentakuru Queen.
Well, Penis joined us for a little while too, and
Yes.
then his anti-villain, like the evil Penis, Synep. He was inverted. He joined too.
Wait, really?
No.
I thought you were being serious or something. Like, legitimately.
Yeah, like
funny.
it's the same profile picture, just inverted.
Oh.
Synep the Destroyer.
I think we have some fun stuff coming down the line. Other than that, guys, you guys have a wonderful rest of your night. Thank you so much for joining us in the Talk Nerdy podcast. Again, my name is. Bye.
Bye.
I don't care. I'm Curdy Boy.
I'm TK.
I am Beyonce.
This has been the Talk Nerdy podcast. Bitch, I need water in my bowl. Stop choking on that fake dick.